All right, ladies and gentlemen. Check, check, check. Check, check.
Start.
I don't, can you hear me on the microphone?
Talk.
Welcome to the Wild West Showdown. I'm seeing lights move.
That's because that's that one.
I'd like to welcome you all down here to the Wild West Showdown today. No, nothing? He turned it down.
There's no volume. Volume.
Oh, that's how you do it. All right, starting out here, we got lead jammer, number 4, Miss Erie Business for FOCO. Thanks for joining us today Thanks for joining us today at the Wild West Showdown.
My name is Phil Dirt.
I'm the Norwegian Persuasion. We'll be bringing you the action on the mic today.
Fine action going on so far here at the Wild West Showdown. We've got FOCO up against Sicktown. Sicktown in blue, FOCO in black. FOCO Girls Gone Derby. FOCO Micro Bruisers, their all-star team.
Currently ranked 160 in the WIFTDA standards.
I'm sure they're planning on getting some improvement on that. Already up 4-1 here to start this off. Thanks for joining us this morning here at the Wild West Showdown. The beer garden will be open soon, I've been told. Or maybe that's just my imagination thinking.
We get a little parched up here. Just saying.
So thirsty. So thirsty.
Let's run down the list for you real quick. Skating for Sicktown Derby Dame Smash Unit, we got number 2, Land Tuna. Number 3, Frankie Stein. Number 11, Sid Rock. Number 235, Mother Trucker. Number 247, Luna Tix. 250, With a Vengeance. 258, Wild Hysteria. 370, Blood Stain. 42, Hot Box. 44, Anaphylactic Shock. Number 451, Pancake. Number 83, Stitches and Bones. Number 88, Risky Rainbow. 889, Dylan Quent. 9000, The Aquabrat. And AK-47 is Miss Kitty LaRue.
And we'll give you the FOCO Girls Gone Derby roster, and after this jam is over, right now we have Anaphylactic Shock up against Catastrophic Fatality, who picks up lead jammer. Both jammers out of the pack, able to make it through. Tight pack out there. Persuasion.
That's a lot of speed on the track right now. Normally you see a lot of these girls slowing down to try and hold them up so the jammer can get up, but with the other jammer right on her tail, they've opted to speed it up.
Cutting the track called. Great move by Land Tuna. Duck back and draw that cut on Catastrophic Fatality. Now we have a power jam for Sicktown Derby Dames.
Sicktown Derby Dames is going to do what they can to put a lead on the board early on in this jam, in this bout. Right now in this power jam advantage.
Now a 4-3 pack advantage for the Smash unit. Trying to let their jammer do it by herself, and she does for 5 more big points. Sicktown's going to take the lead early on. Well, they took the lead. They didn't have the lead. Now they have the lead. They got a lead. That's what I'm saying.
And it's a 6-point lead, so strong. Coming out strong.
Now if you add 5, well, you do the math. I only go up to 5 at a time. Occasionally 6 when something weird happens. More passive offense by Sicktown, but seems to be working well for them. Anaphylactic Shock trying to call it off, but not the lead jammer. So she'll take 5 more points instead.
That's a good trade-off. You know, put some points on the board instead of call off the jam.
Works for me, just like Hooked on Phonics.
Looks like Catastrophic has gotten out of the penalty box. So if you're just tuning in and you're new to roller derby, you want to pay attention to that girl with a star on her helmet. She's the one that's going to be putting the points on the board for each team.
So introducing the FOCO Microbruisers, 007 Vitamin D, 125 Rocks Your Socks Off, 13 Chocolate Milkshake, 187 Double Destruction, 45 Mary Poppin' Caps, 4th Miss Erie Business, 50 The Original Skankster, 511 Sugar Smacks, 8 Catastrophic Fatality, 8008's Princess of Wales, 98 pounds of steel, 2 Jaya Pootie Tang, and not a You Be Nice.
Number 83, Stitches and Bones, putting the star on for the Sicktown Derby Dames. And number 8, Catastrophic Fatality, going to strap on that star for FOCO. They're battling it out in this pack right now, trying to get through. Somebody's got to obtain lead jammer status.
Oh, Stitches and Bones doing a great job sticking that inside line. Took a big hit to the inside, but managed to hold her feet inside the rope. But still, no jammer out of the pack yet.
Catastrophic trying to find a line on the inside. She picks one up, gets lead jammer status. She's made her initial pass. Now she's going to try and put some points up on the board.
Big hit to the outside. Stitches and Bones has to recycle to the back. Great work by number 187. Double Destruction.
FOCO's defense doing a great job of holding back number 83, Stitches and Bones, as Catastrophic Calamity puts up 5 points. That's a natural grand slam.
Stitches and Bones finally able to find free passage through the wasteland and makes it out of the pack. All kinds of a parade to the penalty box right now. Going to be a 3-on-3 pack. 3 more points picked up by Catastrophic Fatality. Excuse me. Had some derby caught in my throat there for a minute.
All right, looks like we're going to put number 9, J.A. Pootie Tang for FOCO Girls Gone Derby on the jammer line. And number 9,000, Aqua Brat, going to step up for Sicktown Derby Dames.
Official timeout being taken. Our head referee, Hangin' Chad, out making sure everything is called down the middle, straight down the middle, not varying, not to one side or the other.
During this official timeout, we'd like to give a little shout out to Green Monster at greenmonster.com. Green Monster Roller Sports, skate company whose total focus is to produce fresh ideas and innovative product design to the roller skating market. Visit greenmonster.com.
Do it. It's a good time. Speaking of good times, again, Pootie Tang and Aqua Brat up to jam. Aqua Brat!
Whistle's blown, the action starts. Pootie Tang trying to find a line, picks one up on the inside track, pick up lead jammer status.
Aqua Brat, though, went along the same line, hot on her heels. Was drafting. I think I saw a T-square and a compass, but I could be wrong. What? I've just been informed it's a different kind of drafting. All right. Rasputin and Del from Hell are jam refs out there today.
Let's not forget about the Zebras on the track. They're the ones that are making this possible for all of you today.
1-0 in favor of Sicktown. Sicktown increases their lead by 1 point.
That's a solid point. That's one solid point.
Every point counts, ladies and gentlemen, as you well know.
That's right. Sometimes you just got to hit it and quit it. All right, stepping up for FOCO, we've got Miss Erie Business and Hate for Sicktown Derby Dames.
Swagger Jackie. Hate.
Whistles blown. Action begins. They're trying to get through that wall. The defense is being put up.
Swagger Jackie not having any luck at the back, but Misery Business making it through. Lead jammer for FOCO Microbruisers. Swagger Jackie finally finds a free line. Oh, Misery Business finds the inside line devoid of skaters, takes her 4 points and calls off the jam. Big open lane like Christmas for a jammer out there.
Like there was nobody there. Just breezes on through.
20-28 now. A couple of 4-0 runs there for FOCO. Definitely chipping away.
Chipping away at that point deficit. We're still early on, though. We're only about 8 minutes into this bout. And it's a close call. We got 28-20. Once again, stepping up to the bat, we got 9,000 Aqua Brat.
Up against 98 pounds of steel.
I believe this is her first time putting the star on in this bout. She's going to break through real quick to pick up that lead jammer status.
And if Murray Grande was here, he'd be the happiest man in the world. With 98 pounds of solid steel is your lead jammer. Aquabrat making it out of the pack. Both jammers now on a scoring pass, but 98 pounds of steel taking that outside lane. Ducks to the inside, ducks back outside, gets knocked out of bounds by Lunatics, but does pick up all 4 points, calls off the jam, another 4-0 run out there.
Lunatics, last line of defense for Sicktown Derby Dams on that one. She pushes her around, makes her call off that jam.
So many teams with the same colors. Flat Track Revolution. Check them out at flattrackrevolution.com. Flat Track Revolution is interested in helping the greater Derby community through charitable works for skaters injured in the line of Derby. If you or someone you know has suffered a catastrophic Derby injury, please contact us for more details. Flat Track Revolution.
We got Catastrophic Fatality putting the star on for Foco Girls Gone Derby, going up against Hate Again, Swagger Jackie for Sicktown Derby Days.
Oh, Swagger Jackie thought that she had hit Catastrophic Chaos out of bounds, but no such luck. She had held the outside lane, so a nice psych cut, and she's out lead jammer.
All right, Catastrophic Fatality putting 5 more points up on the board for Foco. Comes in, puts a big hit on Swagger Jackie.
Oh,
But that's going to be met by number 88, Risky Rainbow.
Risky Rainbow with a big hit on that. Oh, and draws the cut. Catastrophic Fatality gonna go sit in the sin bin where she'll feel much shame for 1 whole minute, leaving Swagger Jackie on a power jam.
Swagger Jackie getting knocked out on turn 3. She's going to have to cycle all the way back behind the pack. And that's right. Did you see what I saw?
I saw it. Could it be?
It is.
Stitches and Bones now wearing the star upon Thars. Out of play, declared she gets free passage, now out on a scoring pass.
We call that a star pass, and it was a successful star pass, which is kind of hard to come by nowadays.
No pack declared. She gets out. You can't block in a no pack situation, so Stitches and Bones picking up 5 big points. That's going to put Sicktown back in the lead. Foco had eclipsed them by 1. Oh, what a huge hit. Trying to drag her out to 20 feet. Trying to drag her out. Finally does. Free passage through the wasteland, and 5 more points on the board for Sicktown.
Looks like Rocks Your Socks Off was the last line of defense on that, doing what she can to hold back Stitches and Bones. She finally gets through, picks up 5 more points.
Rocks Your Socks Off, definitely putting on a hitting clinic out there.
All right, for Sicktown, we got number 44, Anaphylactic Shock, stepping up to the jammer line up against Pootie Tang, 9JA.
4-on-3 pack advantage for the Micro Bruisers. Coming out of Fort Collins, Colorado.
These jammers are doing their best to get through the pack. Trying to establish a lead jammer, and we do. Looks like we got number 44, Anaphylactic Shock, going to put up the big L on her.
Huge hit there, number 511 Sugar Smacks, but she did go down and out of bounds, so no pass, no penalty, able to come through lead jammer. Pootie Tang now pops free of the pack.
Now that the jammers are out, the defense is going to wall up, do what they can to hold her back. When number 44 is going to break through, pick up 4 points, hit it, and quit it. For Sicktown Derby Dames.
Increasing their very small lead, 42-33. It's like 8 or 9 points. Like I said, my math scale stop at 5 and the occasional 6.
Rocks Your Socks Off, going to put the star on for Foco Girls Gone Derby. Going to go up against number 247 Lunatics for the Sicktown Derby Dames.
I believe her first time with the star on, but it's early. We're only just 12 minutes in.
Ooh, breaking out quick. Number 125, Roxy Your Socks Off.
Oh, does break out, but found out she broke out with a forearm.
That's right.
So this is going to be a power jam for Lunatics. Lunatics picks up lead jammer. I believe there was out of play, then the pack reformed. free passage through lead jammer and an out of play penalty called on 98 pounds of steel.
That's not a bad first time on the track with a star on your helmet. You get lead jammer and a power jam. Opportunity to put some points up on the board.
Oh, and a spinorama for 5 big points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for Sicktown.
Your math skills stop at 5, but you do it in multilinguals.
It's true. It's true. Oh, big pile up on the outside, but a no call. Lunatics has to recycle. Trying to make it through. Will Ryder, our front pack, looking for the arms to be linked. If so, he's going to let him know.
UB Nice was the last line of defense on that one. She held her back till she broke through. 247 puts some points on the board and calls it off, leaving the jammer in the penalty box.
Fast Girl Skates at fastgirlskates.com, or you can walk over into the corner and visit them. Dedicated to bringing the best service to the skating community, Fast Girl Skates offers tips and tricks for getting the most out of your gear. Check out their website for articles on everything from gear maintenance to getting faster on the track. Or go over and just talk to them this weekend.
AK-47, Miss Kitty LaRue going to put the star on, start out this jam in a power jam situation as we still have number 125 in the penalty box. Breaking through that pack, picks up lead jammer status.
No.
Oh, my bad. She gets a cut track penalty.
Didn't see that last skater duck back, so we've got dueling power jams as Foco and Roxy Soxoff now on the power jam.
Since Kitty LaRue did not pick up lead jammer on that one,
Oh,
Roxy Soxoff gets lead jammer status.
and then a low block major called on Roxy Soxoff. Made contact with the leg coming in behind her and knocked down the blocker in front of her. So how you like that persuasion? One goes in, the other comes out.
Just like that. As soon as she sits down, the next jammer is released from the penalty box, and we have another power jam. What is that, the 4th one for this jam?
I think so. That's a lot of power. Pow, pow, power jams.
All right, coming up against this 2-wall in the back corner. She's going to break through. AK-47 is going to put 5 more points up on the board for Sicktown Derby Dame Smash Unit.
Out of play called on hot block, so she'll go sit down in the hot box. Hi. 4 more points put up for Foco, and 4 more points put on by Sicktown. Almost caught with the cut was Roxy Soxoff, but manages to take the outside lane. Oh, almost avoided it, and she does. Pops right back up. Still has to get against Land Tuna, and finally does. 4 hard-earned points for Foco there.
These women are out for blood 15 minutes into this first half. But 125, Roxy's not taking it.
And
Pirouette on turn 4. Roxy breaks through, and then she's going to call it off after picking up 4 points.
One heck of a jam right there. All kinds of hits in all kinds of directions at the end of all that. When the dust settles, Sicktown 60, Foco 45.
You need a DJ? No, you need an amazing DJ who's guaranteed to bring high energy to your event. Find DJ Rich Nice on Facebook and drop him a line. DJ Rich Nice, the official mix master of the Slaughter County Roller Vixens. DJ Phil Dirt, the official mix master of the Wild West Showdown.
I'm here to help, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages.
Looks like we've got number 4, Misery Business. Number 8, Swagger Jackie, putting the stars on again for their respective teams.
She's number 4th, but she's number 1 in lead jammers. I don't know if that's true at all, but Swagger Jackie hot on her heels.
It might not be true, but she looks good doing it. All right.
1 blocker for Foco. Oh, my stars and garters. Huge monster hit there by number 88, Risky Rainbow.
Risky Rainbow putting the hammer down, but looks like she's going to get called on a penalty for that.
Believe it was a forearm. But don't quote me on that. Heck, don't quote me on anything, really.
I believe we're being streamed live. There's no need for a quote. It's recorded for all history now.
Oh, goodness gracious, great balls of fire. That's trouble.
All right, stepping up to the line, we got 9JA Pootie Tang going up against number 44 Anaphylactic Shock. Number 44 Anaphylactic Shock and a break loose quick to pick up lead jammer status. Pootie Tang still having a hard time getting through the three wall of Sicktown Derby Dames defense.
Oh, and that's going to be a penalty drawn by Miss Kitty LaRue, a back block on Pootie Tang. So yet another power jam for Sicktown. Going to increase their lead here if they can. Foco, though, going to try and stop them, but only 2 on 3 in the pack for Foco.
Quick lateral movements by Anaphylactic Shock makes it so she doesn't get taken out by number 187, Double Destruction, down here on turn 4. She breezes through this pack for 5 more points. That's a grand slam for Sicktown Derby Dames.
The referee's making sure to... Oh my goodness, I'm not sure how she kept her skates in on that one, but she managed to widen the line there. Anaphylactic Shock.
Must be a ballet dancer. That was a beautiful pirouette.
She gets 2 inches to the inside and is able to hold that line. Amazing skate and doing it twice in a row.
Threw another 5 points up. That's 20-point jam.
Big jam right there. And saw Pootie Tang standing up in the sin bin, so calls off the jam, so they start with the power jam in the next jam. And I just said the word jam way too many times in a sentence.
That's a Jiminy Jam Jam.
Jammity jam.
That is a good offensive move and defensive move by Sicktown Derby Dames. They see the jammer standing up in the penalty box, calling off the jam so that the next jammer has the opportunity to get lead jam status.
And Sicktown also on this one, starting up at the pivot line. Disadvantage to Lunatics, the only one with a star upon Mars, picking up lead jammer, able to pick up some speed, getting up. Great pack work and pack control by Sicktown.
That's right, picking up the momentum.
Pootie Tang, though, out of the pack. Lunatics going to bust through the pack, pick up 4, and shuts the door behind her. Washington Health Plan Finder. WhyHealthPlanFinder.org. More people than ever before eligible now for low-cost or free health insurance. Middle-income and low-income individuals and families generally qualify. WashingtonHealthPlanner.org.
Number 9,000, Aquabrat. Going up against number 187, Double D Destruction.
Double D Destruction has to recycle to the back.
In the meantime, 9,000 Aquabrat's going to break through, pick up lead jammer status on the inside line down on turn 2.
Double D Destruction, though, shoulders her way by AK-47. Miss Kitty LaRue getting out of the pack. Oh, great pack work there by Sicktown again, forcing all the Foco players to the outside, opens up a big lane, and Aquabrat picks up 4 points, calls off the jam.
Their blockers are doing a great job of offensively blocking Foco's team members to the outside, so that way the jammer has a free window just to pass through, breeze by, pick up some points, hit it, and quit it. All right, during this timeout, I'd like to bring your attention to Pivot Star. PivotStar.com creates clothing inspired by kick-ass sport of women's roller derby. Alternative and athletic, sexy and tough, intelligent and all-female. Roller derby is inspiring and empowering for women that play, watch, or strive to be out on the track. Pivot Star captures this essence in its clothing designs and aims to support the growing roller derby community. Go visit them at pivotstar.com.
So Foco takes the timeout. Micro Bruisers, they have not scored in 3 jams, going into the 4th jam without any points, so they're going to try and fix that, take the timeout, figure out what they're doing wrong, how they can get back to being in control of the pack. Because right now, as you've seen, Persuasion, there is a definite pack advantage, not necessarily in numbers, but in control for Sicktown.
There's definitely been a big swing since the first start of this bout. We got 9 minutes left in it, so they're going to try to get their heads back in the game, straighten it up, come back out with a stronger defense.
Usually a lot of coaches want to save all those timeouts for the end, but taking one when you haven't scored in a couple of jams, good idea, but Sicktown taking advantage of it, resting stitches and bones, and she's able to pick up lead jammer.
breaking out on the outside line. She gets through quick.
No pack declared, so 98 pounds of steel able to shoot on through.
Number 125 rocks your socks off, being last line of defense for Foco before she calls off that jam.
Foco, though, does pick up 2 points on that, even though they trailed in, so they do get some points back on the board. Stop the bleeding. $97.49 on the scoreboard right now.
Still got 8 minutes left in this first half, then another 30 minutes after that. That 48 points is not that big of a stretch.
Couple of power jams will get you there. I don't know what the record is anymore, but it's got to be close to that.
Yeah, it's got to be up there. Catastrophic Fatality putting the star on for Foco, going up against AK-47, Miss Kitty LaRue. Miss Kitty LaRue looking for a line on the inside, but she's met with the defense of Foco, and they're holding her back. Big fall on turn 1.
Huge hits all around by Foco Microbruisers, and finally able to shoot through. Catastrophic Fatality picks up lead jammer. First lead jammer for in a little while for Foco, so I'm sure trying to time out paying off already in dividends. Keeping AK-47 Miss Kitty LaRue stuck in the pack. Oh, but a back block on Catastrophic Fatality. And we've got a micro pack power jam out there right now.
2, 3-on-2 action on the track. AK-47 is going to do what she can to make the most out of this power jam, since their defense of Foco is thinned out. She's going to try and put as many points up on the board before this power jam comes to a conclusion. There's 5 in the sky right now for Sicktown Derby Dames.
Looks like anaphylactic shock going to go off to the sin bin for a pack destruction on that one. She put the brakes on, causing the packs to get destroyed. Multiplayer block getting handed out there for Chocolate Milkshake. Penalty parade here in the last 7-8 minutes of the first period.
Once again, when you are a jammer, you pick up lead jammer, that gives you the opportunity to call off that jam.
But Miss Kitty LaRue, not lead jammer.
But Miss Kitty LaRue is not lead jammer, so she's not able to call that off.
But another 4 points thrown up on the board there. Oh, big hit right there to the inside by number 45, Mary Poppincaps. Done on Swagger Jackie, but Swagger Jackie back up, back at him, and swaggering all the way back to the bench. Didn't look right.
Number 247, Lunatic, stepping up to the mic for Sicktown Derby Dames, going up against number 4.
Misery Business.
Thank you very much.
Lunatics, though, able to take the outside lane, puts on the Jets, burst of speed, picks up lead jammer. Then it's a 3-on-1 pack out there right now. 5 big points by Lunatics, but Misery Business does get out of the pack. Had gotten the lap point already, though. Foco's coach heading out to give Hangin' Chad a little bit of business.
We got the Aqua Brat, number 9,000, stepping up for the Smash unit, going up against 9J Pootie Tang once again for Foco Micro Bruisers.
Ninja.
It's kind of like Ninja.
It's like Ninja. Big spread out, no pack there. Lead jammer for Aqua Brat. There it is. Pootie Tang out of the pack. Chocolate Milkshake with a big hit there, and Aqua Brat's going to call off the jam. Rasputin and Hangin' Chad having some words before the points get reported just to make sure everything's right. Looks like 4 points going up on the board for Sicktown, taking them to 130-53, Fort Collins Microbruisers.
Again, it's a light pack out there. We got, looks like 2-on-2 blockers. Both jammers are on the track, though. We're not going to start this out in the Power Jam. We got number 8, Swagger Jackie, going up against 98 pounds of steel.
That's 98 pounds of solid steel, not to be taken lightly.
Boom, and Swagger Jackie's going to find a line on the inside track. She's going to pick up lead jammer status. While that defense of the Sicktown Derby Dames is doing a great job of holding back 98 pounds of steel.
Oh, big, huge hit right there by Stitches and Bones. Not only does it take out the jammer, but it opens up a hole for Jackie Swagger to make through and get 5 points, natural grand slam. Swagger Jackie trying to work her way through, her bench emphatically screaming to call off the jam, and she does before 98 pounds of steel can hit the pack and pick up any more points. So Sicktown picking up a couple more points for increasing their lead.
3 minutes left in this first half. We're looking at 135-53. Sicktown in the lead.
Official review being taken by Foco Microbruisers. Now each team gets an official review, 1 per half. Can bring up any subject they want. It's not like other sports where it has to be a specific thing. They can ask, hey, how many official reviews do I have left? Including this one, none. Okay.
I'd like an official review on my official review.
So there's Foco Microbruisers insinuating, asking for a clarification, a review, if you will, of the jammer for Sicktown skating out of bounds before calling off the jam and before the whistles blow. So they're alleging that she should get a skating out of bounds penalty and they should start with a power jam.
That's right, because if she did get that penalty and she goes to the penalty box, they're going to start with this next jam in a power jam situation where they can close up this deficit a little bit more, put some points on the board before the end of this first half.
Well, plus go into the half on an up note, because you always want to go, even if you are losing the game, if you come up, finish the last couple of jams before you go into the half on a positive note, that means making going into the second half a lot easier. So all of our referees are going to talk about that, figure out who had the best angle on it.
Hey, here's an idea. If you are in the Kitsap County area, you should run on down to Toad House Pizza and Beer Garden. If you're 21 and over, head on up to the Beer Garden and say hi to the boys from Toad House Pizza. While you're there, it couldn't hurt to enjoy one of the beers on tap right now.
All right, I've just been told by our games official, PG-13, that while the jammer was straddling, she did not skate out of bounds until the 4th whistle had occurred. So she was already technically out of bounds because she had been hitting and was straddling, called off the jam, the 4th whistle happened, she skated out of bounds, call on the floor stands. But definitely a worthwhile use of a review.
Got to give it a shot. All right, we got Miss Kitty LaRue stepping up to bat for 8 Sicktown Derby Dames going against Misery Business, number 4.
And Business
Foco.
is good, lead jammer.
She definitely means business out there.
There's no business like, excuse me.
No business like Foco business. Foco, on the other hand, they're doing a great job of holding back AK-47, Miss Kitty LaRue.
Oh,
As Miss Erie Business blazes through to pick up a natural grand slam. 5 more points on the board for Foco.
almost making it out of the pack, but getting held up by Mary Poppin Caps. Finally has to let her go with an out of play. Big pile up, clean up aisle 1, clean up on aisle 1. Misery Business shoots through, picks up 3 points, calls off the jam, but it was a 3-0 run. So great work, Foco, using that timeout, doing a little re-strategy while they asked for the review.
This sport, like any sport, is there's a lot of mental business involved in playing it. So you got to get your head back in the game, put those points back up on the board. Misery Business throwing 8 up, calling off the jam, getting them ready for the next one.
Pootie Tang, number 9, out there against 247 Lunatics. Oh, and I believe, yes, that is Pootie Tang actually picking up lead jammer, but now just a step behind Lunatics. Lunatics doing some defensive jamming out there. Oh, and a great hip check by Lunatics.
She's going to call off that jam before Pootie Tang's able to put any more points on the board. I'm sorry, Lunatics puts any points on the board.
Great defensive work and heads-up play there by the bench for FOCO, making sure their jammer knew she was lead and that they were calling it off. 61-135 right now. FOCO in a bit of a hole, but not an unsurmountable one by a long shot.
Oh, no, there's still plenty of bout left. We got number 44, Anaphylactic Shock. She's going to put the star on for the Smash unit. Looks like we got 98 pounds of steel stepping up one more time for FOCO.
Under a minute left in this first half. 4-on-3 pack advantage for FOCO right now. And that's paying off. 98 pounds of lead jammer right there, making it out of the pack.
Breaking through in that defense. Number 5'11", Sugar Smacks trying to put a big hit down on for Anaphylactic Shock. Anaphylactic Shock does break through to make her initial pass.
Oh, bobbing and weaving and making it look easy. 98 pounds of steel, shoots through and picks up 4 points, calls off the jam.
Fast on her feet, puts 4 more up there and calls it off.
And a timeout taken by Sicktown. Fingers Duke. I know it sounds dirty, but check out fingersduke.com. It's more than your average screen printing company. They're a collection of awesome, creative personalities working together. They utilize their diverse selection of talented professional artists, designers, and illustrators to provide the best and most original, cutting-edge solutions for their clients' needs. So if you need screen printing, check out fingersduke.com. I'd like to thank everybody for showing up here today, early on Saturday. It's still early, right?
I don't know. It could be late. I haven't gone to sleep. How about you?
It's Wild West time. I'd like to thank all of you for joining us here at the Wild Wild West.
The 5th annual
Wild Wild West.
Showdown. That's right.
Wild Wild West. I used to live downtown, 138th Street. I'm just going to stop there. That's for all you Kumo D fans in the house. I'm glad you were here. We're going to have one more jam, it looks like, Persuasion.
There was that one. He was sitting
me.
up there in the corner. I saw him. All right, we got number 8, Swagger Jackie, putting the star on for Sicktown Derby Dames, going up against Misery Business once again. They're going to battle it out. Looks like Misery Business is trying to find a line on the outside, going up against that Sicktown Derby defense. They're going to hold her back. Both jammers still battling it out for elite jammer status.
Oh, huge hit by Lunatics. And a cutting the track on Swagger Jackie. She's going to go into this period in this. Oh, my goodness. Huge hits. No love lost between these two teams at all right now.
The official clock has run down, so this is going to be the last jam of this half.
And both jammers going to the sin bin, so we're going to have the full 2 minutes. This will expire when the jam clock expires. One goes in, the other comes out yet again at the penalty box. Swagger Jackie fighting Anna, pushing her way, trying to make it through around the original Skankster. Finally makes it through. That was her initial pass, so no points scored yet. Big hit by Lunatics. Another big hit there by Stitches and Bones. Misery Business able to get out. Finally makes it out. Also her initial pass. So again, no points scored yet. Big hit there by 8008 Princess of Wales. And Chocolate Milkshake knocks Swagger Jackie out of bounds. She has to recycle to the inside all the way to the back.
4 points going up on the board for FOCO. It's Misery Business breaking through that wall of defense, getting some points on the board before the end of this jam.
Some hard-fought points right there, and it's Sicktown with a big back wall in the back. Meanwhile, at the front, Swagger Jackie with 4 hard-earned points of herself. 2 members of FOCO heading off to the sin bin right now. And this jam comes to an end, but another 4 points picked up by Sicktown and 3 points picked up by Misery Business and FOCO. Oh my goodness, Persuasion. That was an amazing period.
They are fighting it out in this one. FOCO's got something brewing. They're ready to go.
Definitely ending on a high note. Kind of found themselves a little in the hole to begin with, but were able to kind of sneak back in. So we'll see what the second period brings.
It's early, first bout of the day for FOCO. You know, them getting their strategy together, getting their defense working.
Making sure everybody's got enough caffeine to not get a headache. Or maybe that's just me. Anyway, folks, we'll be back in about 9 minutes and some change. I'm Phil Dirtz.
I'm the Norwegian Persuasion.
We'll see you here in a minute. All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. About 30 seconds until bout time. We'll run through the rosters really quick for you benefits of you out there in internet land. Out on the Sicktown Derby Dame Smash unit, we have 02 Land Tuna, 03 Frankie Stein, number 11 Sid Rock, 235 Mother Trucker, 247 Lunatics, 250 with a Vengeance, 258 Wild Hysteria, 370 Bloodstain, 42 Hotbox, 44 Anaphylactic Shock, 451 Pain Cake, 83 Stitches and Bones, 88 Risky Rainbow, 889 Dylan Quiet, 9,000 The Aquabrats, and AK-47, their captain, Miss Kitty LaRue.
And for FOCO Girls Gone Derby, FOCO Micro Bruisers, we got 007 Vitamin D, number 125 Rocks Your Socks Off, number 13 Chocolate Milkshake, number 187 Double Destruction, 45 Mary Poppin' Caps, number 4th Miss Misery Business, 50 The Original Skankster, 511 Sugar Smacks, number 8 Catastrophic Fatality, number 8008 Princess of Wales, number 98 98 Pounds of Steel, 9JA or Ninja, Pody Tang, and not 8 is You Be Nice.
Also, a late addition that did not make it on our roster originally, Hate Swagger Jackie. I don't actually hate her, and I'm not encouraging you to. That's just her number. Slight delay. Folks in the house, if you see a skater coming into the bathroom, please allow them to cut into line, as they're kind of needed elsewhere. So just throwing that out there, folks. And at home, if you're listening to this on the internet, please also let the skater cut in line at your bathroom, because it's just polite and weird that there's this. Never mind.
Whenever a skater comes into my bathroom at my home, I often will let them cut in line.
Yeah.
When there's a line in my bathroom at my home.
It's true. So we're holding up for just a minute to make sure everybody's back and ready to go. We've got Sicktown MASH Unit 143, FOCO Microbruisers 76. FOCO, though, Microbruisers at the end of that half started building some momentum. Let's see if they can continue that going into the second half. Did get into a spot about 10 minutes to the end there where they didn't score for 3 jams. Took a timeout, discussed their strategy, and I think after their review, albeit the review didn't go as planned for them, it did give them some time to think about what they were doing, and they were able to come back and score some good points and do some good work out there on the track.
We got number 98, 98 Pounds of Steel skating for FOCO in the first jam of the second half, going against 247 Lunatics.
Oh, almost making it through. Lunatics, though, able to squeak through, but gets lead jammer and does get the cut. Great force there. I think that was the original Skankster that forced the cut. Great work by her. Now we've got a power jam for FOCO Microbruisers.
That should help if they keep on that upward swing. 98 Pounds of Steel in a power jam situation, this first jam of the second half, might be able to keep that momentum up, put some points on the board.
Finally out of play declared. She gets free passage. Of course, that's not really free with Wild Hysteria and Risky Rainbow closing the door, but finally she gets through 5 more big points. "98 Pounds of Steel on her own out there. Out of play declared. And a call made on Risky Rainbow for out of play. So she's going to get through and picks up 5 more big points. Gets that last point on Risky Rainbow. Even though she hadn't passed her, she does get the point because she's going to the sin bin. So she's the scariest type of point. Ghost point.
Ghost point.
Zinkies.
All right, 98 Pounds of Steel trying to get through that 3-wall defense. of Sicktown Derby Dames, number 258, puts a big hit on her before she flies through to pick up 5 more points. That's another grand slam on the board.
Lunatics came out of the penalty box, charging straight into the back wall of Foco and committed a back block. So she goes right back into the penalty box, continuing the power jam for the Micro Bruisers and 98 pounds of steel.
And in the meantime, 98 pounds of steel picks up 5 more points.
Now we have the Uber Jam 4-on-2 pack advantage for the Micro Bruisers, and the only jammer, but oh my goodness, Swagger Jackie with a huge hit to finish that off, preventing 98 pounds of steel from picking up any points on that last pass.
That was still a 20-point jam for 98 pounds of steel. They came out, started that jam out with 76 points, brought it up to 96, helped closing that deficit a little bit. Now they're only 47 points behind Sicktown Derby Dames.
That's definitely what we were talking about there, Persuasion, that Mo is building up momentum in Foco's favor right now. Sicktown's going to want to shut that down as fast as possible as we go on further into the second period.
Second jam of the second period, we got for Misery Business breaking through, getting lead jammer in a power jam situation, as 247 Lunatics is still sitting in the penalty box.
And still a 4-2 pack advantage. Ducks through, no pack declared. An out-of-play penalty for Sicktown and 5 big points for Misery Business.
Foco keeping up that momentum, doing what they can, put those points on the board, close up that deficit with that great pack advantage going to Foco.
And Sicktown getting in a lot of trouble here. Another 5 points for Misery Business. No pack declared, so when no pack, you can't knock the jammer down or out of bounds. They did. We got 1 pack destruction and 1 out of play on Bloodstain. And another 4 points put on the board for Misery Business as Lunatics gets out of the pack and does complete her initial pass. Huge start to the second half here for the Micro Bruisers.
Yeah, second half looks like a completely different game. They're coming out strong. 33-point deficit right now that they plan on bringing back.
143-110. Swagger Jackie putting some swagger on the jam line right now up against Ninja Pootie for the Micro Bruisers. Sicktown in blue, Foco Micro Bruisers in black. Bruise match.
Ninja breaks through, picking up lead jammer.
And another out of play, another pack destruction. 3 blockers on the track right now, but both jammers still out there. Great stop by Wild Hysteria. Pootie Tang is going to call off the jam. Pootie Tang, though, does pick up 4 points, so another 4-0 run by the Micro Bruisers.
That is a good defense and offense. Get through, pick up some points, call off the jam before the other jammer has a chance to get any more points up on the board. This is how they're going to close up that point deficit that they have between both teams.
Next up, we've got the Aqua Brat up against 98 pounds of steel. Those are the ones with the stars up on ours. And a 2-on-2 pack right now.
Yeah, we're playing short stacked out there right now. Aquabrat doing what you can to break through, but it looks like 98 pounds of steel is going to do it, pick up lead jammer status.
And we've got 2 blockers on the track right now. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire. Somebody fire up the penalty wheel.
That penalty box is the most popular place in the second half right now. But Foco's 98 pounds of steel is going to put 4 points up on the board before she calls off that jam.
I see Lesar Evil over there. Our penalty box manager is a happy, happy man. The dark overlord of the penalty box is busy. Definitely no shortage of work for our fine NSOs here today. Folks, the Smack Shack. I can't say enough good things about the Smack Shack. Tacoma's full roller derby retail store located on Mildred. The Smack Shack offers a wide array of products from skates to clothing. Smack Shack has it all. They also offer skate repair and wheel regrooving. Check out their products page to look for yourself at some of the items they offer at thesmackshack.net. And if you're in the building, stop on over. Tell them Phil Dirt sent you. They'll probably look at you funny, but that's all right. They do the same thing to me.
I stopped in there earlier. I picked up some stuff. It was good. It was a great experience, I gotta say.
It's good. Tacoma Dockyard Skater Mia Smakovich owning the Smack Shack. So it is Skater owned and operated. They will help you out with stuff you need. They will, really. So official timeout being taken. I'm going to guess they're catching up on some penalties, making sure everything got reported correctly.
Sometimes you just got to stop, look over all the penalties that you got in the last jam, and make sure everything's straight. And there was a lot in that last jam. Most popular place during that bout.
She's got a report. Rocks your socks off. All right. Official timeout has ended. We're back with a 2-on-2 pack. 4 blockers, 2 jammers, no waiting.
We got Swagger Jackie putting the star on for Sicktown Derby Dames going against Catastrophic. For Foco, whistles blown, action starts. Catastrophic is going to get a back block penalty. She's going to spend some time in the sin bin, leaving Swagger Jackie out there to pick up lead jammer and a power jam.
1 blocker goes in, another comes out for Foco. And 5 more points put on the board for Sicktown.
Swagger Jackie blazing through that one-person defense wall, pick up 5 points. Right now we got number 145 for Foco.
Failure to reform there on Mary Poppincaps, but there is no room at, oh no, she skated past the final line and has to go all the way around the giant walk of shame. 4 more points on Swagger Jackie with a no pass, no penalty. Oh, a big wide open, great work by Lantuna. Able to open up that hole there for Swagger Jackie, and she picks up an easy 5 points.
3-on-2 pack, number 45 back in the game. Mary Poppincaps knocks her to the inside before she calls off that jam, picks up 4 more points for Sicktown Derby Dames.
Great jam there by Sicktown, trying to ease the momentum back into their favor. I'll have to check the momentum meter to see where exactly it is. Oh wait, no, this isn't. There we go. Now I've checked. Yes.
Stepping up to the line for Sicktown Derby Dames, we have number 44, Anaphylactic Shock. She's going to start this out in a power jam situation. Gives her the opportunity to pick up lead jammer status.
And she is lead jammer.
Ooh, she comes in, turn 4, deals a blow to number 45, Mary Poppincaps. Hits it, quits it, and calls off that jam.
So 4 points picked up there. And here comes an official timeout. I've got a feeling I know what this one's about, but I'm going to leave you all guessing until we know for sure.
While you're guessing, let's talk about SureGrip, SureGrip.com. SureGrip is the leading manufacturer of high-end and recreational roller skates and roller skate accessories. Since 1937, SureGrip has been the foremost developer in roller skates, quad skate, inline skates, derby skates, hockey skates, roller skate bearings, and roller skate accessory technology made in the USA. Check out SureGrip's line of zombie wheels. All zombie wheels are made in the USA. Zombie wheels feature anodized aluminum hubs for maximum durability and precise feel while maintaining rock-solid stability. This allows our unique urethane compounds to deliver all your power to the floor. Choose the zombie combination that fits your skating style and surface at SureGrip.com.
All right, so official timeout, making sure the points were correct. Points have been adjusted on the scoreboard. Sicktown now with 166 to 118. Incident from 2 jams ago where jammer came into the pack, got knocked out of bounds, no pass, no penalty, but only skater on the floor. So no pass, no penalty equals 0 points in that case.
All right, we got Misery Business back out there for Foco. Going up against Anaphylactic Shock, I believe.
No.
247.
247.
Lunatics.
She's crazy all week long.
Lunatics is going to break loose, pick up lead jammer status. But Misery Business is hot on her tail.
and sneaks around. Lunatics just calmly says, oh, you want to pass me? You want to pass? I'm going to call off the jam. How you like them apples?
Because I'm lead jammer, and that's what I can do.
Do you like apples? I like apples.
How you like them apples?
I like turtles. 166-118, just over 20 minutes left in this great bout here today at Wild West Showdown 2014.
The action definitely is heating up in the second half. 166-118 once again. They're really closing in on that deficit. Sicktown was able to put some more points on the board. Let's see what happens here. We got Naija Pootie-Tang picking up lead jammer for FOCO.
Great hit by Princess of Wales, holding up.
Last line of defense, 008 Princess of Wales trying to hold her back, but she's going to break through, picking up her initial pass. Naija coming up against the defense, number 83 for Sicktown Derby Dames. Stitches and Bones. She's finally going to break through to put 4 more up on the board for FOCO, and then she's going to call off that jam.
Oh, finally calls it off, but not before 3 points put on the board for Sicktown. Rasputin going to check with Hangin' Chad to make sure the points are correct first. Looked like another 4 put up. 122-169. FOCO's still in a bit of a hole, but just under 20 minutes left, so lots of time.
Lots of time. That's two average power jams, so they can make that back up. Put on the star once again for Sicktown Derby Dames. We got, Sicktown Derby Dames. We have Swagger Jaggy. And 98 pounds of steel putting on for... Am I totally confused?
No, I'm totally confused, but I'm always confused. Big hit there. Both jammers have to reset to the back of the pack. Another huge hit by Risky Rainbow. Oh, Chocolate Milkshake getting a high block call. Neither of these jammers having any luck getting out of the pack yet.
Defense is holding them down, holding them back. But it looks like Swagger Jackie's coming up against number 45, and 98 pounds of steel is going to break through on the inside line down here on turn 4 to pick up lead jammer status.
Both jammers able to get out right in step with each other, though. A long way to go in a short time to get there. 4-2 pack advantage right now for Sicktown.
But once again, FOCO coming through to pick up that lead jammer status. That gives her the benefit. She hits it, 4 points, calls off that jam, keeping Sicktown from putting any more on the board.
Good hit by Risky Rainbow, though, getting her to the inside. She's put on some massive hits out there so far today. And we got Aqua Brat out there for Sicktown up against 4th. Misery Business. So far, business has been good. Another hip check. She stays on her feet, stays the outside line, ducks to the outside, but Aqua Brat charges that inside line and picks up lead jammer.
It is a foot race out there, wheels to wheels.
Both these jammers flying around top speed. Fast pack out there, too.
Fast pack. They're making them sweat. They're going to make them work for it out here.
1 point picked up for the Micro Bruisers. Got tripped up and called it on the way to the ground. Great work by Misery Business. Number 4th. Of course, I'm looking for a 5th, but that's later. Soon, folks, the beer garden will be open. If you're 21 or over, head on up to the beer garden. Say hi to the boys from Toad House Pizza. While you're there, it couldn't hurt to enjoy one of their beers on tap as soon as they open. I know I'll be up there. And if you're ever in Bremerton and want to enjoy some fine pizza and beer, check them out. 1405 Northeast McWilliams Road.
Naija coming up against that Sicktown defense. 4-wall, breaking through, picking up lead jammer status. She's going to get knocked out on turn 2.
No pass, no penalty. Out of play declared on him. Pootie-Tang, now your lead jammer.
Number 247 throwing a blow down to number 8. Catastrophic fatality down here on turn 4, but she passes through to make her initial pass.
Oh, great work there by Pootie-Tang. She takes a hit from Swagger Jackie, but stays inbounds and calls off the jam. And a timeout taken by FOCO after picking up another 4 points. get a little control of the points, working their way back up, taking a timeout, rest their good players, get some strategy on the board.
Foco's team talk must have really struck home with these ladies because it's a different game. They're coming out here, putting them up on the board and holding Sicktown back. So Sicktown can't increase their lead.
No, we're looking at 40 some odd, I'm guessing. Again, I only count to 5 and occasionally 6 at a time.
That's if you take your shoes off, right?
Right.
Right. We won't talk about that.
Yeah, these fine people to our right are non-skating officials, scorekeepers. They do all the math for us, so we don't have to. If it wasn't for the officials, well, it'd just be a bunch of girls skating around in circles with a couple of jerks up here talking. So
it would definitely be a different game if there were just two guys sitting up here with microphones talking about girls skating.
That'd be weird. Probably wouldn't show up.
Looks like we got 98 pounds of steel putting the star on for Foco.
And for the Sicktown Smash unit, it looks like anaphylactic shock. They don't actually have a jammer called Grand Slam. I don't
Contrary
think.
to popular belief.
Could be on their home teams. I don't know.
Whistle's blown. The action starts. 98 pounds of steel. Looking for a line. Goes to the inside. Gets knocked in by 247. I'm sorry, AK-47.
Miss Kitty LaRue.
Miss Kitty LaRue cycles back, but that's not going to hold her back. She's going to break through again to pick up lead jammer status.
Foco, great four-wall in the front. All kinds of hits by Princess of Wales, but finally able to bust through his anaphylactic shock.
98 pounds of steel looking for a little help from her friends on the inside line. She's going to pass a couple, call off that jam before anaphylactic shock can break through, pick up any more points.
Does pick up 2 great work there by able to call off the jam and tries to surge forward to pick up those extra points until the 4th whistle. Because you always get the points until the 4th whistle.
Every point counts, especially when there's only a 36-point deficit with 15.5 minutes left in the second half.
Swagger Jackie out there for Sicktown up against 4th Misery Business. No pack declared right off the bat. Both teams settling down on the penalty front here recently. Haven't seen the constant parade like we did before.
That penalty box is a lonely place. Looks like we have 4th Misery Business picking up lead jammer status.
And Pootie Tang and Pancake heading off since they found out the NSOs were lonely in the penalty box. Jackie Swagger hit out of bounds there by the original Skankster. Has to recycle in. Both jammers recycle into the back.
Stitches and Bones doing what she can to hold back 4th. Misery Business still going to break through, pick up 5 points. That's another grand slam for Foco.
Chocolate Milkshake going for a low block. And calling it off, picking up 5 points, followed by a 0 point because she hadn't made it past into the engagement zone again. 138-169, closing that gap. We're looking at a 1 jam territory if the 1 jam is the right jam for the jam.
31 points. This is a nail biter. Stepping up to the line, we got 98 pounds of steel going up against 9,000. The Aqua Brat.
Now, looks like both coaches heading out to talk. Our head referee, Hanging Chad.
Let's take this time to talk about the featured charity, the Sally Santana Funds for the Homeless. The voice for the homeless in Kitsap County, Sally Santana is known for the community for her faith and values column that ran in the Kitsap Sun every other Saturday, and for the volunteer work she did primarily in the areas of hunger and homelessness. She spent a good deal of her childhood and youth living in those conditions, and when she was able, she's dedicated to helping her neighbors and wider community. Help us honor this amazing woman and the crusade she fought for. We challenge you to help us slaughter homelessness in Kitsap County. Please check out the booth set up right here in this venue and find out how you can do your part to help those less fortunate.
Do it.
Do it.
All right, our timeout has turned into an official timeout. right, so this now turned into an official timeout. Officials talking about things and stuff. Official things. You know, stuff and things. Mostly stuff, some things.
Anything an official talks about is officially official, I believe. Technically, it's in the WIFTA handbook.
If
right?
we talk about it, it's not official, but when they talk about it, it's official. So Hang and Chad going over and discussing things. I'm sure we'll get an up brief here from PG-13, our referee liaison, and the game's official for this bout.
In the meantime, why don't you swing over to flattrackrevolution.com on your smartphone or laptop. FTR is run by Ringer and Slavia Majora out of Oakland, California and Portland, Oregon. Ringer and Slavia are both skaters and totally derby freaks and design geeks. Fueled by their two passions, they created FTR to revolutionize derby apparel.
And folks, if you're hungry, head on over to the Salad Shack. Let us feed you healthy. They have fresh salad, smoked salmon, and corn chowder. Chili served in bread bowls. And if you're still hungry and they're still serving breakfast, they have breakfast burritos and bagels with cream cheese.
Did you see what he did there? Salad Shack.
Lettuce.
Lettuce.
Lettuce. And it won't cost you a whole lot of cabbage, neither.
Oh, hey-o.
All right, trying to sort something out. Not an official review, though, just an official timeout. Making sure everything is on the up and called straight down the middle.
When the points get this close, we want to make sure that everything's accounted for, everything's called out when it needs to be called out. I mean, these girls are out here working their bahoogies off to get these points up on the board, and we want to make sure they get everything that's coming to them.
Exactly. We don't want any points left on the floor, and I know that guys and girls in stripes do not want to be responsible for determining a winner. That's for the skaters to do. So making sure it's right. The man in the yellow hat. I think he's got a monkey at home somewhere. Hey, Will. Yes, I can, but I didn't do any good. All right, so the final decision, Hang and Chad, chatting. Well, again, a special thanks to all of our officials, the hardest working people in roller derby.
Roller derby, for the most part, is 100% voluntary. Everybody out here is doing it out of their own free will and passion for the sport. So let's give it up for all of the volunteers that help put all of this event together.
Except for that guy. He just does it because he hates people.
No, he doesn't count.
No. All right, Hang and Chad explaining everything. So, all right, quick review. Came out back and forth for the first 10 minutes or so, then followed up. Sicktown starting to pull away. Then Sicktown with a pretty big lead with about 5 minutes left in this first half. Foco takes a timeout, asks for a review, comes back strong, builds some momentum, big momentum coming into the second period, and leading to where we are now, 169-138.
31-point deficit by Foco. Foco's breaking through. Once again, picks up lead jammer status. 98 pounds of steel, controlling the track right now.
Aquabrat trying to get out of the pack. Huge hit. Oh, almost able to call in. Sugar Smacks, though. Sugar Smacks forces the cut. And Aquabrat heading to the sin bin, turning this into another power jam for Foco. Micro Bruisers trying to get around Kitty LaRue, but she knocks her to the inside.
Lantuna sends a big hit.
And
98 pounds of steel.
Cutting the track is called on 98 pounds of steel. So this power jam comes quickly to an end.
Much like the Thunderdome, 2 jammers enter, 1 jammer leaves. As soon as her butt hits that chair, the other jammer is then free to leave. The jammer that just sat down only has to spend as much time as the previous jammer in the sin bin.
Aquabrat with one skater to beat, and she does. 1 point will get you 5 because of Jinky's ghost points. Zoinks. I sure hope she doesn't want my super duper sandwich. The Aquabrat getting hit to the outside and inside, and she picks up the cut. While the main player that had knocked her out of bounds did fall down, the entire pack was still there. So Aquabrat gonna go to the sin bin. Now turning this back into another power jam for Foco Microbruisers.
Sicktown Derby Dames defense doing a great job trying to hold back 98 pounds of steel. Lantuda using 98 pounds of steel as her own personal punching bag. She just dealt a big hit down on turn 1 to her, throwing it again on turn 3, doing her best to keep her down before she can put any more points up on the board for Foco.
Lantuna just doing some great defensive work out there. Pancake just misses with the shoulder, and Lantuna comes in with a hip check, but still 5 points put up for Foco and 3 points put up for Sicktown at the end of that. Yoinks!
Zoinks.
Jinkies!
Looks like we got number 125. Rocks your socks off. Going to step up to the jammer line for Foco. In the meantime, we got 9,000 Aquabrat. Aquabrat! Still in the penalty box. That gives number 125 the opportunity to start this jam out in a power jam situation. She's going to try and break through, get her lead jammer status, and then put as many points on the board as before Aquabrat gets out of that box.
Great noticing by her, picking up lead jammer right now, but Roxy Socks Off hit to the inside, was not all the way on the inside though, but had touched down out of bounds, almost stood up, which would have caused her to get the cut, so she scrabbles back to the back of the pack and recycles right before she picked up lead jammer.
It's a different game out here right now for Foco. They're playing smarter and harder, putting points on the board. That's another grand slam right there for 125. Roxy Socks Off.
Well, Aquabrat, though, out of the pack. Oh, huge hit there by Lunatics. We're going to get in a timeout here and get our medics onto the floor. I'd like to thank our EMTs for being on top of things immediately. We always prefer when they're not needed, but when they are needed, the fact that they jump straight into action is greatly appreciated.
And again, none of this could happen without them. We always have to have our medical staff on hand for situations just like this.
Give a big hand, ladies and gentlemen, for Roxy Socks Off.
Let's give it up for her, ladies and gentlemen.
So taking a big hit like that and landing as badly as she did still had the presence of mind to call off the jam.
That's right. They're playing smarter and harder, like I just said. She gets a big blow, knocks her down. She knows she's out for the count. She calls it off.
Great work there by Roxy Socks Off. Tough as nails.
Stepping up on the line, we've got 4th Misery Business going up against 44 Anaphylactic Shock.
That's a lot of 4s out there. All right, Hanging Chad, I think probably going over that last play with his officials, making sure people are looking for stuff. We're getting everything on the account. Usually referees do like when there's an injury on the track, just talk about what happened, make sure nothing was egregious. Because the last thing you want is egregious Philbin running around.
Egregious Filbert?
Egregious Philbin.
Filming.
You know, he used to host that morning show, kind of an annoying guy. Is that your final answer?
I want to phone a friend.
If
I gotta phone a friend.
If I only had a friend I could phone. All right, some final adjustments, making sure everything's right. All right, Hangin' Chad in communication with the captains and alternates. In this case, the alternates, also the bench coaches, as is so often the case. All right, so at the end of that play, Roxy Soxoff had done an apex jump, landed with her skates inbound, so did pick up the points. But at that time, after picking up the points, locked her skates with an opposing player on Sicktown, then fell down. So she gets a penalty for a low block on that. That is her 7th trip to the box, so she has fouled out of the game.
7 penalties, and you are out.
So that is why we're going to start this one with Misery Business sitting in the sin bin. This is not her penalty. This was the penalty, the 7th penalty for Roxy Soxoff.
That's going to give number 44, Anaphylactic Shock, the opportunity to do a power jam. She's going to break loose and get lead jammer. She can get out of there before Misery Business gets out of the sin bin, which she does.
And Ninja Pootie-Tang going to head off to the sin bin, I believe for a pack destruction on that. Oh, great offensive work there by AK-47. Miss Kitty LaRue opens a hole. So Anaphylactic Shock can pick up a grand slam, 5 big points.
A lot of times those blockers come through, make a window for their jammers so they can fly on by, put up points on the board, which was 5.
Some bridging going on there, but still 5 more points for Anaphylactic Shock and Sicktown Derby Dames MASH unit.
Quickly creeping up on that 200-point mark, increasing the deficit between Sicktown Derby Dames and FOCO.
Now a 40-point lead. Look, I can do some math. And now 45.
She's going to call off that jam before 4th Misery Business gets out of the penalty box.
Called it off just as their penalty time has expired, apparently. So she's going to start on the line there up against number 8, Swagger Jackie. And we're going to have another official review. Official review being taken by FOCO Microbruiser.
5-point deficit.
All right, FOCO is asking for a review. They felt that there was a possible cut committed by the jammer for Sicktown on the initial pass, probably to the outside right in front of their bench, would be my guess.
Nothing like front row seats to a penalty to cause an official review.
So all the referees will get together, they'll talk about it, and they'll say what they saw. If they didn't see it, there's nothing they can do, so we'll find out. Here comes PG-13 to let me know. All right, Hangin' Chad is telling the result of the review to both coaches and alternates. Signals for back on. So they had alleged that Jammer's foot touched down out of bounds, quickly came up, a little bit of a bobble up and down, which would have resulted in a cut. Jam ref insists the foot stayed down out of bounds, and then she came back in behind the people that were in front of her. So no call. Call on the floor stands.
It's a slight technicality, but it makes all the difference. If that foot would have come up off the ground, then she would have been assessed for a penalty.
Exactly. Now Swagger Jackie. Oh, Swagger Jackie picking up the cut penalty.
That leaves Misery Business the opportunity to make her initial pass.
And Misery Business does pick up lead jammer. Communication between the jam refs, very important. Make sure that's called right. You don't want a double lead. And 5 more points for FOCO Microbruisers.
Grand Slam, 152 to 192. They're trying to clear up this deficit right now. 40 points is the difference between these two teams with 8 minutes left in this bout.
Smash Unit with a couple of good jams, the last couple jams. FOCO trying to make up for some lost time as we get to 8:30 left in this game.
Micro Bruisers, Misery Business going up against this four wall. She's going to get a little bit of help from number 50, the original Skankster. She's going to get knocked down.
Huge.
Just she passes by number 88, Risky Rainbow.
Huge pile up at the front there. Misery Business, though, able to sneak up back into the pack again, runs into that wall. And finally able to get her hands low enough to be considered on the hips. Taps them twice and calls off the jam.
Looks like she kicked a beehive there with those 3 blockers swarming her so much that she couldn't even get her hands on her hips. 19-point jam, though, by Misery Business. That's almost 20 points put up on the board for her.
Huge jam this late in the game. 7.5-ish minutes left. 166, 192. And starting another power jam, 98 pounds of steel. Good defensive work at the front by Sicktown Smash Unit so far. Hotbox out there putting on some checking clinics. Just missing with one was Bloodstain, and Hotbox able to come in. Oh, they tumble over each other, leaving the way open. Lead jammer for 98 pounds of steel.
98 pounds of steel picking up lead once again for FOCO. That's powerful this late in the game. She's got the opportunity to call off the jam before more points are put on the board by Sicktown Derby teams. She's got the opportunity to put as many points up on the board and kind of control the rate that this jam is going to go. That's 5 more points for 98 pounds of steel.
Swagger Jackie, though, able to get out of the pack. A trail of people going to the penalty box, and I did see Z-Dork also went down. If the beer garden was open, I'd demand everybody drink, but alas, soon.
You just put that in your back pocket for after the beer garden does open. You have a drink on us.
171, 192. Big jam there by FOCO Microbruisers. 21 points now separating these two teams with just over 6 minutes left.
Stitches and Bones putting the star on for Sicktown Derby teams, going up against Ninja Pootie Tang for FOCO.
Stitches and Bones jamming a lot early in this game, not jamming a lot so far in the second period, but making up for it. Lead jammer right now. Oh, a huge hit by Risky Rainbow.
Big hit. They're getting laid out everywhere. Stitches and Bones picking up lead jammer status, coming up against the pack.
We're having a sale on hits here at the Wild West Showdown.
That is a fast-moving pack up there right now. She's doing what she can to get through. Picks up some points, hits it, and quits it.
And 4 points for Stitches and Bones. Great work. She gets hit to the outside, splayed her feet, did a reverse plow stop, stopped before crossing the line, popped right back on the open outside lane, picks up those 4 points and calls off the jam.
You should see her on the dance floor. She can cut a rug.
It's true.
Looks like for Sicktown Derby names, we have 9,000. The Aquabrat going up against number 8.
Catastrophic Fatality. Get over here.
Oh, she's looking for a line on the outside, swings into the inside, gets knocked in by number 42, Hotbox.
Oh, and Hotbox with a great shoulder check slows her up enough to allow the Aquabrat to go around the outside, pick up lead jammer. Hotbox being able to just an amazing blocker out there on the floor so far today.
Ooh. Big hit before she calls off that jam.
3 more points for Sicktown. Advantage the last couple of jams for Sicktown. 3-0 run, 199, sitting on the edge of 200.
It's still really close. 4 minutes left, and we've only got 28 points separating these two teams. Number 247 Lunatics putting the star on, going to skate up against 98 pounds of steel for FOCO. We're going to get a timeout call by, looks like Team Black.
Sicktown's bench boss, FOCO's bench boss heading out. It's the blue pants they throw me, that's why. Just having a couple words there with Hangin' Chad. He's going to pass those words off to his other officials. All right, Hangin' Chad reporting back. 3 minutes, 54 seconds. FOCO Microbruisers trying to make sure they get their name engraved on something. I'm not sure what, but something. Probably a tree.
Carving through the bark, I don't know, whatever.
So making sure the points were correct, and they are. 199, 171. Lunatics out there up against 98 pounds of steel.
There it is, just 4 minutes left, just under 4 minutes left. 98 pounds of steel is looking for a line, trying to get that lead jammer status. Looks like she's going to pick it up.
No, does not get the lead jammer, but is the jammer in the lead. So Lunatics able to pick up lead jammer and calls off the jam immediately.
This is for the next group.
All right, folks, stick around. Next up, we've got the Boulder County Bombers taking on Cherry City Derby Girls. It'll be one heck of a bout, I'm sure, but this Norwegian Persuasion is one heck of a bout right here.
You got that right, Phil Dirt.
Amazing.
Stepping up to the line once again, we got Catastrophic Fatality. Going to go up against 44 Anaphylactic Shock. Just under 3 minutes left. Anaphylactic Shock's going to break through on the inside line to pick up lead jammer status. Catastrophic Calamity is going to be held back by that Sicktown, Derbytown defense. Going to knock to the inside on turn 3 by number 42.
Hotbox again with another hit. Just an amazing blocking work out there. And Anaphylactic Shock picking up a 5-point grand slambo.
Breaking that 200-point mark, 204 to 171.
Finally, taking a huge hit there. I think that was the original Skankster putting the hit on. Anaphylactic Shock going to call that jam 0-0 at the end of that. But 5 points picked up by Anaphylactic Shock. 204. 2 minutes and some change. Yoy.
Still not over, though. You know, I mean, it's so close. It could still swing either way. A couple good power jams, we could have this happen.
Or even just a couple of good regular jams. Yeah. Sending out Misery Business, who's put up some great point numbers tonight. Or this morning, I guess. It just seems late because this bout has been back and forth, edge of your seat, excitement the whole time.
A lot of action has happened in this last half hour. Breaking through. We got Misery Business picking up lead jammer status. This is perfect time for her to get the lead jammer.
Lunatics doing a little defensive jamming, tries to knock her out of bounds. Oh, feet get tied up, but no call on that, no pass, no penalty, I believe, but I could be wrong. I couldn't see where the edge of the track was. We'll see what the points are. Lunatics trying to make it through the front of the pack. Easier said than done. Finally does it. Gets around 187. Double destruction.
Big hits being thrown down here on turn 4. Hate throwing it down on turn 4 to Misery Business. She calls off the jam with 1 minute left.
A full 5 points picked up there by Misery Business. Grand slam with just under a minute left. 176-204 on the scoreboard now. And folks, you can't be surprised who's putting the stars on now. 98 pounds of steel up against Anaphylactic Shock, some of the best players out there today.
I don't have the stats, but I'm pretty sure the highest point scorers for the bout. Picking up lead Jammer status, we got 98 pounds of steel coming out quick on the inside line.
And Foco needed that. If they hadn't have got lead Jammer and Anaphylactic Shock had got it, that would have cost them the game right there. She'd wait till time expired and call off the jam.
There's still a good fighting chance Foco could come back on this one.
98 pounds of steel dodges to the inside, puts on the jets. Can she? Yes, she does get around. 5 big points for Foco.
That's a grand slam for Foco. Sicktown Derby Dames, 44 Anaphylactic Shock, breaking through for an initial pass.
Still got a ways to go. 98 pounds of steel taking a shoulder check from Miss Kitty LaRue. Gets piled down there by Land Tuna. Again, putting on some good hits.
And that's going to do it.
3 and 3. They're going to check the math real quick, make sure everything is on, but what a game, what a game, what a game.
That was some intense action coming from both teams out there. Watch y'all come down here on the track, give them both some Derby love for all the work that they put into this bout. 207 unofficial to 184 unofficial.
It won't be official until I get a thumbs up from the man in the yellow hat, Hanging Chad.
But it is safe to say that these ladies worked their buns off on the track today.
A great bout all the way around. My thanks to both of these teams. But somebody's got to win and somebody's got to lose, because otherwise it's all ties, and who wants that?
I'm kind of a tie guy. I like ties.
Well,
bow ties. Oh,
you know.
Right. We're talking about the sport. My bad. Assessing the points right now, making sure everybody gets everything they earned.
They have calculators. That's the secret. So, all right, stick around, folks. Next up, Cherry City Derby Girls take on the Boulder County Bombers right here on this track.
Stick around for the weekend and watch even more amazing roller derby as we go day and night here at the Wild West Showdown.
Final bout tonight starting at 9:15. So hang around. We've got Derby, Derby, Derby. We heard you like Derby, bro, so we put some Derby in your Derby so you can Derby while you Derby.
I'll Derby that.
All right, it's official, ladies and gentlemen. Sicktown Derby Dames Smash Units 207, Foco Micro Bruisers 189. A big congratulations to the Smash Unit. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun.
Let's not forget to put our hands together for the Foco Micro Bruisers, who came out and fought it out for the last, I don't know, hour and a half against Sicktown Derby Dames. It was a tough loss, but it was a good fight.
One heck of a bout. Neither of these teams have anything to be ashamed of on this. They left it all out there on the track. Great bout. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us for this one. Stick around for the next one. I'm Phil Dirt.
And I'm the Norwegian Persuasion.
I love each and every one of you in your own special way.
In a deep, deep, warm-hearted way.